Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, March 25th, and this is the 57th episode of How to Pay Off Mortgages in 7 years. And we're right here in Clubhouse in the P.I.L.L Method Club. And I want to thank everyone who is here today. And listen, we're going to be showing examples on your screen. So if you're on Clubhouse on your phone and you want to see what we're talking about, all you have to do is go over to your computer or over to your tablet and type in ICE 10K ICE 10K, what is it?
Videos.
Yes, ICE 10K videos, ice10kvideos.com. And then you'll be able to go, it'll take you straight to our YouTube channel and you can click on the live and watch all of our stuff here this morning. But before we even start talking about any of that, let's talk to some of our moderators this morning. Jared, how are you this morning, sir?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Welcome to the room, everybody. This is the best room on Clubhouse, in my opinion, because you get some real tangible insight and advice that's going to change the way you look at mortgages, change the way you look at credit cards, change the way you look at car loans, student loans, and most importantly, it's going to save you a ton of money that you would have been spending to the bank. You can redirect that into your own personal investments. You can redirect it into your kids' inheritance. So this is an extremely powerful room. So if you're new to the room, make sure you click that greenhouse and follow the club. And then also read that about description. That's kind of like cliff notes of what you're going to understand today. It breaks down what the P, the I, the L, and the L stands for. And then once you read what this room is about, come on stage, raise your hand, ask questions, put questions in the chat. The more interactive the room, the better it is for you personally, because you're going to understand, should I do a 15-year, a 30-year? Should I put on the big down payment, or should I spread that out? How should I handle my student loans? So ask questions that are going to help you financially, and you're also going to be helping the audience with the examples. And as Don mentioned, this is going to be live on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So if you're on these platforms, share this room. And also interact with us, ask questions in the chat, and we will also answer your questions and put that up on the screen as well. And if you're in the room and you want to see these examples live, you can find the instructions in the chat in the lower left-hand corner, or you can just go to your laptop, iPad, or desktop and put in ice10kvideos.com, and you'll be able to see the examples, the numbers, the calculator, the amortization schedule, live on your screen, and that'll also help you understand the information. With that being said, we're going to go through some moderator introductions, but before we do, I would love for Don to really set the tone of what today's room is going to be about and what you can get out of it.
All right. Thank you very much, Jared. Today, folks, we're going to be telling the truth about how loans work. This P.I.L.L method stands for prepayment of principal, isolating the principal amount, leverage, and liquidity. Prepayment of principal means that you're able to put money on your loan prior to the due date. That's called a prepayment. Now, the problem with prepayments is not the prepayment itself, but what it actually does. Most people are unaware of how much interest you are actually saving and how much time you're actually saving with a prepayment. That's important to know. When you give your money to the bank, aren't you supposed to know what you just bought? So when you give your money to the bank, you're buying something. You're buying interest savings and you're buying time savings, but you don't know how much because they don't tell you on the receipt. So we're going to tell you why that's important today. When you're talking about the I in P.I.L.L method stands for isolating the principal amounts. How much money to pay, what month to pay it in, what day of the month to pay it on, which loan of yours should we attack now, and all of that. So we're going to isolate what we should do with the least amount of money at that time. Now, when we talk about leverage, oh my goodness, now we know what we're going to find out what happens when you prepay. We're going to find out how much money to prepay and when to prepay it. But leverage talks about what is the least amount of money that I can pay to kill the maximum amount of interest per dollar? Oh my goodness. That is some awesome information, because what you want to do is be able to be as efficient as possible. Make every dollar count to do the most work it possibly can do. And listen, and that can be figured out. Now we're talking about liquidity is the last L. Liquidity stands for all of your finances are liquid. All of your finances can be used. The money in your pocket, the money on your credit cards, the money in the bank. And we're going to find out that each one, all of your money has a different cost involved. What we want to do is, what is the best way to use your funds? So identify what your funds are doing, what they're supposed to be doing, and then find out, here we go. Cash is not king. Cash isn't king. If you have debt, cash certainly is not king. A wise use of somebody else's money is way better. So get that idea out of your head. So we're going to be talking about today how to throw out everything you've ever learned about finances. Get rid of the old information, and we're going to put in the new so that you can level up and get out of debt in an average of 7 to 9 years, not by making more money, but by efficiently using the money that you have, and so that you don't have to sacrifice lifestyle. What? You can live well, save money, and get out of debt all at the same time. Why? Because you've learned this information. So start pinging people in here. So we're going to have a good time this morning. Jared, back to you.
All right, all right. So if that doesn't motivate you to come up and ask a question about how you can get your credit or your debt paid off in 79 years, I don't know what will. So raise your hand, come on stage. Closed mouths don't get fed. This is the power of Clubhouse. Ask a question. There are no bad questions. There are no dumb questions, because your real estate broker, your mortgage professional, your accountant, your tax professional, you name it, they do not understand amortization schedules, charts, etc. They don't understand this method and what he is showing. So you definitely want to come up and ask a question about your personal situation, or just a high level question, and it'll be super beneficial to you. We have 2 hours. His time is definitely not free outside of this app. So you want to take advantage of this free opportunity to ask questions about your mortgage, refinance, your car loan, your credit card debt, your student loans, anything interest related. We're going to go through some moderator introductions. And Don, if we don't have a question, just go ahead and have an example ready by the time that we get done with mod introductions.
It's
So
loaded.
my name is Jared Alberton. I've been in tech for over 15 years. I'm passionate about getting people into tech, getting people in the metaverse, NFTs, crypto, etc., and also support rooms that have tangible outcomes like this one. If you're interested in checking me out, you can go to my 10K card, jared10k.com, or you can check me out on Clubhouse on this app. So I'm going to pass the mic to Kenyatta.
Good morning, good people. My name is Kenyatta. You can find me at kenyatta10k.com. And I am the one that can help you find a deal, finance the deal, cancel the interest on that deal, so we can find you yet another deal. And I do this all by being the official lender of this house, the P.I.L.L Method Room. And I love being here among the beautiful minds you see before you. Enjoy, and good morning.
Good morning. My name is Allie Sears Jones, and I am in the great big state of Texas. I am a licensed real estate agent and soon to be a broker. We love helping buyers fire their landlord to become the lord of their own land. We also work with many investors and sellers so they can liquidate assets and acquire many others. Before I pass the mic to Credit Goddess, I know so many people come through this room, and I just can't imagine we don't really have any questions right now. How anybody does not have a question. Don, I was sitting back thinking yesterday before the class this morning how when I was in college, at the time my income was super, super low. And I used my financial aid checks, because since I got my classes free in my book, I used those checks, and I would take those big chunks of checks and pay and put large payments onto my car notes. And eventually, by the time I got out of school, my car note was paid off. So obviously, I'm sure back then I could have done it a better way, but it worked, but still. And then as time went on, you start thinking about the credit card debt that I got myself into and maximizing and finding ways to pay off that debt. I mean, my debt is super low now, but it's amazing to me. Most Americans we are super heavy in debt. So to think that no one is trying to figure out how they could get themselves out of debt or pay off certain debt faster is amazing to me. So I cannot imagine of all the people in this room or on the other platforms that are listening that you are not thinking, how can I maximize my money to eliminate some of my debt, if not all of it.
Wow.
So just get on up here and ask us some questions. And Credit Goddess, you got it. But you can find me at valley10k.com.
Credit Goddess, you around? All right, Credit Goddess might have stepped away, so we'll come back to her in a bit. But she is the official credit expert of this room. Check out her bio. Amazing rooms. She's going to be dropping gems when she gets back to the phone, so definitely check her out. So before Dawn gets into the first example, I would love for as many people in the Clubhouse community to see this example. So what I'd like you to do, first off, thank you to the 8 people that have shared the room so far. Where you see that number 8 icon at the bottom, what you're going to do is just click that, go to the top where it says share on Clubhouse, click that, and then you can either drop some emojis, a statement, or you can just click share. So I'm going to do the example of that. So I just click share. You see the 8 turn to number 9. We'll live to see that number 9 turn to 10, 15, 20, 30 as this room keeps going, so that more people in our community can save money and they can invest it in themselves, their kids, and their communities. So Dawn, what is the first example we're going to go to, since we do not have a question?
All right. Well, first example we're going to go to is over high interest rates. When people have a high interest rate on a mortgage, they get all concerned about it. So we've got that on the screen right now. And folks, if you want to see what we're talking about and to see how I'm going to show you, if you're believe you're stuck in a high interest rate, I'm going to show you how you can use that high interest rate to benefit you. What? You can do well with a high interest rate on your mortgage if you just know how. So listen, you want to go to ICE 10K videos and see this example. You do not want to miss this one. This is an actual client we brought on in January of this year. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get ready. Let's go ahead and do this thing. So listen, we have a person who has a mortgage at 5.375%. And in the first 127 months on this loan, 127 months, that's over 10 years. In 10 years, on a low mortgage, like $125,000, okay, started out. In just over 10 years, they've only paid this mortgage down by $15,741.62. That's it. They've only paid the mortgage down by $15,000 in 10 years, over 10 years. But look how much interest they paid, $42,830.78. Wow. Can you imagine that? Paying $42,000 to pay your mortgage down by $15,700? What kind of madness is that the banks can do this? And their interest rate, here's the interest rate, 5.375%. 5.375% is the interest rate. But look how much interest they've paid, $42,000 in just over 10 years, okay? 10 years, 7 months, and only paid $15,000 towards the principal. My. But when we take a look at this thing and when we figure out how much interest they are scheduled to pay in relationship to how much money they borrowed, 5.35% means that they're going to pay back 101.590%. of the money they borrowed in the form of interest. What does that mean? Here's what it means. If their loan was just $100,000, do you know how much interest the bank wants at 5.375%? They want on a $100,000 mortgage. Here's how much interest they want: $101,590. What? They actually want more in interest than the people borrowed in principal from the bank. Folks, that's classic. One house for you and one house for the bank. How many of you are interested in buying a house for the bank while you're buying a house for you? $101,000 on a $100,000 loan. How do we get away with that? Folks, that's not 5.375%. That's 100% all day. And we got people out there paying it because it's a payment they can afford. It's a payment they can afford, but the interest on that, in a few seconds, I'm going to show you how what a $125,000 loan looks like over 30 years. I'll show you what it looks like on an amortization schedule, but I'm just going to give you the overall piece right now. We've got 6 people online looking at this thing. We have right now 43 people in the room right now. 83 people have come through the room. What we want you to do, for the people that are in the room, the 43 people in here, let's get those shares up right now. Get the shares up, folks. We got 13 shares and over 40 people in the room because this is valuable information. Get it out there. So here's what we've got. All right. Now, here's what's happening. If we pay, these people have paid out in just over 10 years, 7 months, they paid out $58,572. That's how much money of their hard-earned money they've paid to the bank. And out of that money they've paid to the bank, only $15,741 has paid down their loan. Out of 58 grand, 15,000 has gone to the loan. So here's how much interest they want, the bank wants. When we met them, the bank still wanted more interest from them, another $43,000 in interest. That's how much interest they wanted. So here's what we're looking at, folks. These folks in this loan, they paid $43,000 in interest. They have yet to pay what they still owe, $108,489.45. They still owe over $108,000. And the bank says, listen, the way we have this set up, it'll only take you 19.4 years to pay it off. And you just pay us an additional $43,000 on top of that. And that's in addition to the $42,800 in interest you've already paid. So here's what we showed them. And we asked them, which side do you prefer, the bank side or the P.I.L.L method side, where you're only going to pay, watch this, to manage this loan, $17,874 and pay off all that you owe, your mortgage and other loans that you have right now. It's going to take you 4.4 years to pay it off. Come on. What do I hear out there? That's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. 4.4 years to pay this thing off. And now the interest savings over the next 15 years, what they don't pay to the bank, over the next 15 years, we're going to show them how to turn that into some generational wealth. And we have a potential wealth accumulation of $477,960. You see, they're going to be able, when they fill out their information, they fill out a savings report. This is what they're saving. And we also show them an earnings report, a savings and earnings report. With that money, they're no longer paying the bank. If they pay it to themselves and create a family bank, it can grow in excess of $400,000 $577,000 in the same time they were supposed to be paying off the mortgage. So not only will they have a paid off mortgage, they can also have another $477,000 in the bank to supplement their retirement income based on the money that they did not pay in interest to this bank. Oh my goodness. If folks aren't fired up by hearing that, I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So anybody on the stage have anything to say about that? Jared, what's up, man?
Not much, man. Nothing much. So, I think this is amazing. And if you don't have a question, I don't know. I have no idea why you wouldn't want to come up and figure out your situation and how you can apply this. But Don, are you done with this example?
No, I just wanted to go. Okay. No, we've got. I promised to show 100, and what I promised to show was $125,000 loan. Okay. And what it actually looks like and why the bank gets away with paying all of that money. So I've just got to stop sharing here and just change screens here. So we're going to share this screen instead. All right.
If you're curious how you can see the shared screens, check out the chat. There's instructions there. But basically, you go to your laptop, your iPad, or your desktop, and you type in ice10kvideos.com. It'll take you to the YouTube page. You'll see the top icon that says live. Click that one, and you'll be able to see Don's example live on your screen. All right, back to you, Don.
Thank you, sir. Listen, we've got an amortization schedule on the screen. We're going to show you right now. We're putting in $125,000. $125,000 loan. At what did we say? It was 5. Let me get back over here. It is 5.375%, a high interest rate. 5.375%. All right. And now for 30 years, now we're going to take a look at the payment. Here's the payment. $699.96. You see, that's a payment we can afford. We can afford that payment. And this is how we look at interest rate and we look at the payment, and then we make a choice. And let's see what's going on with this loan. All right. Can you see this? I'm in the summary right now, folks. In the summary, we have a $125,000 loan at 5.375%. And the bank wants total interest paid over 30 years, $126,985.60. How fair is that? $126,000 interest on a $125,000 loan. And then when we do that, guess what? It's 101.588%. That's total interest paid as a percentage of principal. Oh my goodness. I'm going to stop right here to see if we have any questions on the stage before I get into this any further.
Yeah, it looks like we have Sheba that just came up. Hey, Sheba, welcome to the stage. Please let us know how we can help. What's your question?
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me. So I just joined in and I sort of missed everything, but what I heard is absolutely amazing. And I'm like, how do we pay this off in 4.4 years? Like, I'm salivating at the mouth waiting for that answer.
Ms. Sheba, are you watching this online as well?
No, I'm on Clubhouse, so I don't see anything. I just hear you.
All right. So,
but you have my full attention.
I have your full attention.
The great thing, Sheba, good morning, love. But the great thing is you can always go to your Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter to see these examples. But it's mostly on YouTube these days because we're trying to get done everywhere. Okay. So you can go to YouTube so you can see your example.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yep, you can.
And I'm still listening.
Good, good. Are you at a place where you can get to a tablet or computer?
Yes, I am.
Good.
And
So
I'm taking notes.
very good. So you can quickly get there, ice10kvideos.com. It'll take you straight to our page, ice10kvideos.com, and then just click on the one that says live. Would you mind also, clicking on the subscribe button?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I absolutely consider it done.
All right. Tell me when you just break in and say, Don, I can see your example. Just let me know. All right. So listen, folks, here's what we got. We're going to start over. We have a $125,000 loan. It's at 5.375%. The payment is a low $699.96. And this is what made sense for these people. All right. Their credit score wasn't the greatest. And so they ended up with a 5.375% loan, but they're in their house. And now they want to know what to do. They've improved their credit score. They're making a little bit more money. They're already over 10 years in to this loan. And do you know what happens when the interest rates drop and they're able to get a refinance? Do you know what most people do? They refinance to a 30-year loan. They're already over 10 years in. When they refinance it, it's going to go back to reset to 30 years. That which makes it a 40-year loan. Oh my goodness. And so some people say, well, Don, if they're already 10 years in, why didn't they just refinance to a 20-year loan? Well, we're going to show you how that doesn't help very much either. So we're going to get into this thing. Miss Sheba.
Yes.
All right. Are you seeing
I'm not seeing it. I did ICE. Is it ICE10K?
Yep. ICE, the number 10, the letter K.com.
No, it's ice10kvideos.
I'm sorry. ice10kvideos.com. I'm sorry.
And for everybody in the audience, if you just go to the chat, it's written out. So it's just like real straightforward. ice10kvideos.com. And then once you go to ice10kvideos.com, look for the panel that says live and then click that. So it'll be at the, it'll say live now. And you just click that one.
Live now. I see home video playlist community subscribe. I'm going to hit that, but I don't. Oh, live now.
Scroll down.
Sorry. I got you. Embarrassing. That didn't happen.
All right. You got it?
I have it's thinking there's a commercial on.
Oh, yeah.
So you're coming up next.
Yeah. Get past that commercial.
Yeah. I skipped him. Okay. I have it.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Listen, I'm going to have you since. Have you been to our room before?
Never, but you and I met your lovely wife. We were in New York, but I won't get into all that. So we know each other, and you signed my book and everything.
Oh, Miss Sheba, listen, would you mind helping us through this example then?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I have no idea what's happening, but let's do it.
I'm going to ask you a few questions based on what you see on the screen. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to scroll down, and I need you to see when we get to the summary, and in the first column here on the left, we're going to see how much interest the bank wants on this loan. Total interest paid over 30 years is $126,985.60. Are you seeing that?
186. That's total interest paid. Yep, 126.
Okay.
985.
So, which means that the true cost of buying this home is not $125,000. It is the total repaid of $251,985.60. Here's my question. Does anybody want to pay $251,000 for a $125,000 house?
Absolutely not.
And that's what we've been doing. You know that this has been with us for the last 88 years, how lending has have us pay this kind of money for the last 88 years, but there's no education at the junior high school level, high school level, college level. When you get into graduate school, Nobody is teaching how this amortization schedule works. No one. Let's see what we can do with this. Now, when you're paying that kind of interest, Sheba, look at here. Over on the right side, total interest paid as a percentage of principal is not 5.375%, but 101.588%. And do you know that the banks must show you that now? But still people sign up because they said, well, if getting a house, I've got to go to the only game in town. I've got to borrow the money. This is the game that I'm playing. I'm going to show you how we're going to play this game just a little bit better. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All we need to do is learn how to read an amortization schedule, and we're going to teach you in just the next few minutes. I need you to tell me when you see payment number 1. And folks, if you're new to the room, you want to go to ice10kvideos.com so that you can see this example. Go to your iPad, go to your tablet or your computer so that you can see this. So, Ms. Sheba, on the very first payment here, can you see these numbers okay? I'm gonna make them just a little bit bigger. Hold on.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. So we have on the very first payment, how much money goes to principal on the very first payment?
100 and oh wait. So are you talking about the 59.90 for interest?
No.
No, for principal 140.06.
$140.06 actually pays down the loan. How much goes to the bank? How much is interest?
The interest is $559.90.
How much of that $559 actually helps the consumer? How much of that money helps them?
You mean going to the principal? Is it the 140.06?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the $559. How much of that helps us?
None.
None. It only helps the bank.
Absolutely.
So when you're making your payment, $559 of that goes to the bank. Only 140. You're trying to pay down your mortgage, putting all your money out here, and only $140 is paying down the loan. Okay. So when we pay off that $140, we subtract that from the $125,000 that we owe. We're left with $124,859.94. That's the new balance on line 1. Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
So the bank uses that number to figure out how much interest we're going to pay on line 2. And because we owe less, we're going to pay less interest. So our interest cost on line 2 drops from $559.90 to how much on line 2?
$559.27.
Oh my gosh. Is that all?
That's sinful. I'm sick to my stomach.
That's what is going on. Okay, so here's what we're also going to do. I need you to see where it says cumulative principal and cumulative interest. Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you get your amortization schedule from the bank, you will not get these 2 columns. You will not get cumulative principal. You will not get cumulative interest. You're going to get principal, you're going to get interest, and you're going to get principal balance. That's all you get. So the reason why is because if they gave you cumulative principal and cumulative interest at any given month, like month 7, you can see that you paid down your loan by $993.71, but it costs how much in interest to do that? Can you see that?
Is that $3,906?
Yep.
And 1 cent?
Yep. In just 7 months, you pay down your loan by $993, but you've already given the bank almost $4,000 in interest in the first 7 months of this loan.
No, sickening.
Okay. We're going to take a look at line 12. That's 1 year in. 1 year in. We will pay this loan down by how much money 1 year in?
$1,722.79.
And how much interest will we pay in 1 year?
$66.76. $73.
Do you see why the bank doesn't give you those 2 columns?
Absolutely.
Because we don't think about what we call interest consumption. That's what I call it in my book, interest consumption. How much interest are we consuming each month? Nobody knows. We don't pay attention to it. Did you realize that the average family pays 35 to 39% of their take-home pay just in interest costs alone.
Wow.
But we're still living well, even though somebody's getting rich off our efforts. Okay, so here's what. Now, I also need you to know that I'm not anti-bank. I actually love
No,
I love the bank.
that's fine.
You know why? Because I've learned how to borrow money at a discount. Do you love discount shopping?
Absolutely. Who doesn't?
Okay, so now we're going to show you how to get your money at a discount. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's go back to payment number one and let's pretend we're starting out in January. And so we make our January payment. We don't owe anything else until February, correct?
Correct.
But I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this schedule. And then I need you to tell me, while we're still in January, how much is February's principal payment?
The principal payment is the same, the 140.69.
Okay, so it's just a little bit more, correct?
Yeah, one is 06 cents and the other one is 69. So 60 cents different.
Okay, 60 cents different. So here's what we're going to take a look at. We're in January, and we know that we have to pay $140.69 to the bank in February, but do we have to wait till February to give the bank that $140.69?
No,
If we had it, could we give it to the bank in January as well?
absolutely.
Oh, and because we gave it to the bank in January, it's called a prepayment. I'm paying it before it's due. And when I do that, no interest comes out of that money. It all goes to principal. So I'm actually paid down to line 2 on my mortgage in January.
Okay.
Which means my next mortgage payment for February is actually on what line of the schedule now?
Line 3.
Exactly, where we're paying 141.32 and 558.64. And I need you to really pay attention to this. We just got rid of line 2 on our amortization schedule, on our payment schedule for $140.69. Line 2 is gone. Payment number 1 is now touching payment number 3, but line 2 is gone for only $140.69. So my next question is, on line 2, what happened to the $559.27 in interest? What happened to that?
It went away.
It went away. It got canceled. How about that?
Oh my goodness.
Just that easy. Do you see why reading is fundamental?
Yes, yes.
Learning how to read this thing. Because if you knew that $140 prepaid could save you $559 in interest and eliminate one payment from your schedule, you'd get some ideas, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
How about this idea? We make our payment in January and we give the bank the principal payment on line 2 in January, 140.69, 141.32. We give line 3 and line 4. So we give them was a little over 400, about $420, $420 on top of our regular payment. What happens to the interest on line 2, 3, and 4?
It's eliminated.
And our next mortgage payment for February is on what line of our schedule now?
5.
Wow. You asked, how can we pay it off in 7 years? Is it becoming a little more clear now?
It is. But when you send in that prepayment,
Yes.
Don't you have to make sure they send it to the principal and not try to send it to the interest?
Well, they can't send it to the interest, but they can.
Okay.
What they can do, if you don't specifically let them know in the way that they need to know, if you have an escrow account, they will put it in escrow. That's the account that they put in there so that they'll pay your taxes and insurance for you. They'll put it in that account if you don't, if you're not careful. The money's not lost. It just goes and sits into an account that pays you no interest. And at the end of the year, any overpayments, they just give back to you with no interest. Oh, that was so nice of them.
So you specifically have to tell them to apply this to my principal.
Right. In a way that they say they want that information. Now, and the reason why I say that is because I had a lady who her husband passed away and left her in very, very good financial shape. I mean, it was excellent what he had done.
Mhm.
And so much so that she had like over $100,000 just in a checking account. That's just one of her
Mm.
accounts. Okay.
Mhm.
So she started working with us. And so the program says now our computer program reads her information and says, at this time, you need to put about $40,000 on principal. So I told her, you need to call your bank and find out how they want you to do that. Here's what she did.
Mhm.
She wrote on her check memo, on the memo on the check, apply to principal only. Then she
Okay.
wrote out a note that said, apply to principal only. And wrapped the check up in the note, put it in the envelope, and mailed it into the bank. Guess what
Okay.
happened then? The bank,
They called her.
nope, didn't call her. They took the check out of the note, threw the note away, and promptly put $40,000 in her escrow account. It did not apply to principal.
Mm-mm.
Nope, they didn't do it. So here's what happened. After a few phone calls, they actually ended up applying it to principal. But here's the thing. They said, our rules are you have to fax us that you want to make a prepayment.
You have to do what?
You had to send them a fax.
Oh, fax. Who does that? Okay.
That's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness.
Whoever you're dealing with, they have their own rules.
So
But
that's why you said in the way they need it.
yes, you just can't
Okay.
do it any old way. The rules at one bank don't always apply to another bank. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so now here's what we're doing. Now, a lot of banks now, because of online banking, they have a line that says any principal prepayments, you just write it in how much you want to apply to principal right on the line. If you do that, that's in the way that they expect to be told.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and if you don't have that, call them up and find out how do you want me to make this principal prepayment? They'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the thing. So now we're taking a look at, we're getting some ideas. I need to take a look at principal, cumulative principal here. Okay, on 1 year in, how much principal will we pay down in 1 year? $1,722.79, correct?
Yes.
Here's my question. Do we have to give that to the bank in 12 monthly installments?
No.
If we had it, could we give it to them on line 1?
Yes.
If we did, will we be paid down to line 12 in 1 month?
Yes.
And what would happen to all the interest costs between line 2 and line 12?
Eliminated.
Eliminated, exactly. So instead of paying the bank, giving them the same amount of money, $1,722.79, instead of giving them $6,676.73 in interest, we would only have to pay them $559.90 in interest to do the exact same thing.
Oh my God.
What do
Oh
you
my
think?
God.
What do you think?
Mind blown. I'm so excited. Oh my God.
Now, what if you had a computer program that said, pay this much money in this month on this day of the month, and we will compute for you how much interest you're saving per dollar? Because even that matters.
I'm in.
Let me tell you why. You ready to see that now?
Yes.
Okay. So you've already seen what would happen if you prepay 22.79. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you can prepay any amount that you want. You can prepay $5 or $100 or $327.63. It really doesn't matter. If you prepay that money, you're going to save in interest. But the amount of interest that you save per dollar varies. And you said, well, why would that matter? Well, because that's how we buy stuff. What does it cost
Mm-hmm.
me per dollar? Do you like grapes? I like grapes.
Yeah.
Okay. If grapes are $7 a pound this week, are you buying grapes?
No.
Why?
I'll pass.
Okay, so what we don't do is that we don't look at our loans the same way because we have not been taught. Let me show you something. So if we have plenty of money in the bank, let's just say we have plenty of money in the bank, but I'm only going to give you two choices to prepay. You can prepay line 12 and knock out these payments and save this interest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you can prepay line 24 and knock off 2 years worth of payments for 35, 40, 53 and save this. So if you had plenty of money in the bank, which one would you choose?
35, 40,
Okay.
53.
Why is that?
Because you knock out more interest. You eliminate more interest.
Exactly. Now, once we start learning things about how interest cancellation works and how the bank does what they do, well, having your loan amortized does something else to the loan as well. Watch this. Okay. So we're going to put a calculator on the screen. I'm going to slide this over here. Okay. And we're going to need that in just a second. So I'm going to tell you a little story about my wife making zucchini bread. I tell this story all the time. So if you're on the replays and you've heard it before, listen, a repetition deepens the impression. So every now and then she makes zucchini bread. And when she does, she puts in golden raisins because I'm kind of partial to golden raisins in the zucchini bread. Well, one Sunday she's getting everything ready. Oven's warming up, grating the zucchini, doing everything that she's doing there. And then she looks into the pantry, Sheba, and guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what?
No golden raisins.
No golden raisins. So who gets to go to the store?
You do.
Come on now. I've been asking that question forever and nobody ever gets that wrong. So I'm headed out to the store to get the golden raisins. She says, bring me back 2 boxes, please. I said, okay, I know what brand to get. So when I get to the store, I find out that the raisins are in 2 different size boxes, a 12-ounce box and an 18-ounce box. But they're 2 different prices. How do I know which one is the better value?
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking, how do I know which one is the better value out of the 2 boxes?
Well, it depends on how much you get and how much they are.
Okay. So I could actually find out when I see how much they are and how much I get, I can actually do a little math and find out the unit price, how much they cost per ounce.
Right.
Okay. So here's what I'm finding out. So that's called unit price. So here's my question to you now. If I can get those raisins at 3 cents an ounce, should I ever pay 6 cents an ounce for those same raisins?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
Why
not.
would you?
Why would I? So listen, now I need you to take a look at this. We're looking at what I'm buying here is the $6,000 in interest savings, correct?
Correct.
And what I'm paying is the 1722.79 to get the interest savings. So this is my money I'm paying. This is what I'm buying. So if I take the 67, 76, 73 and divide it by what I pay, it will tell me how much interest I'm saving per dollar, correct?
Yeah.
So we're going to put that in. Okay. We're going to put in 6,000, 676.73.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. And we're going to divide that by the 1722.79. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
And that will give us 3.875, about $3.88. How about that?
Wow.
So for every dollar, I'm saving $3.80. Well, just say $3.87. I can save $3.87 for every dollar I apply to principal at this point.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? It means this. If you gave me $1 and I gave you back $3.87, how many times would you do that?
all day, every day, forever.
Exactly. Do you realize the bank has to do the exact same thing for even $1? It makes it impossible for them to charge you $3.87 in interest.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
So now let's go down and we're going to take a look at line 24, where we are saving $13,258.51. But we're going to prepay. Okay, we're going to divide that by the
35, 40, 53.
There you go, the 35, 40, 53. All right, and we get 3.74. So let me ask you a question. If I can save $3.87 per dollar, should I ever accept $3.74 per dollar?
No.
I'm sorry? So if I can save $3.80, what was it? $3 and what was that? $3?
$3.80, and now so then now you're only saving $3.74.
Right.
So you want to save the more to $3.80 all the time.
Exactly. So I want to save more per dollar.
Right.
So did you ever realize that there's a point at which you can put too much money on a loan at the wrong time and hurt yourself?
No, I didn't. I didn't know that.
Nobody does. Nobody does. This is why the bank does not want this information to get out. Do you know that the bank owners don't even teach their employees this?
I'm not surprised.
Only the bank owners know, but the employees don't know. This is why it's so important to pay the right amount of money at the right time. And our program actually will show you how to do this. So I know Jared's getting ready to ask me to tell you how everybody can know how to do this. So if you would go to ICE 10K, our
live
at the top of the page, ice10klive.com, ice10klive.com. Okay. And then there is a button there that says get a savings and earnings report. Okay. When you click on that button, you can you need to put in your information, and then you can verify your cell phone number. And when you do that, wait for the code. Don't keep clicking.
Did you say ICE 10K
live?
Live?
LIVE.
Yeah, the link at the top of the screen.
Is at the top of the screen. ICE 10K live. All right. And then once you get there, you can click on the button that says get a savings and earnings report. All right. Okay. So once you get there, then you just follow the directions and it will let you into our form, which is a financial form. And you put all of your information in there, put all of the debt that you have in there, and then we'll tell you the month, day, and year you'll be debt free and how much interest you can save. How about that?
That sounds great, but I'm doing something wrong. ICE 10K, it must be .com or something.
Yeah,
it's not working.
Yeah, ice10klive.com, LIVE.com. ice10klive.com.
The link is also on the screen as well.
So I'm looking on the screen, and that took me to your 10K card. So I'm clearly doing something
no. Your 10K. That's it. So on the 10K card, you'll find a button that says "Get a Savings and Earnings Report." It's about.
I see it. Yes. On the right.
Yes. Okay. There you go.
Okay. Okay. I'm with you.
There you are. And so when you put in your information and you click on confirm your cell phone number, wait for the code to come in your messages. Sometimes people get impatient and they click that 3 or 4 times. They get 3 or 4 codes, and then the first code is now invalid. So when you get the code, put the code in, and it'll let you into the financial form. We're just trying to keep the robots out of the system. Okay. So once you do that, then someone from my staff will give you a call and then set up a consultation. And then we'll go over how much interest you can save, when you're going to be debt free, all of that. And then I don't know. What are you interested in? Are you into? I didn't get a chance to read your bio. What is it that you do?
I'm a real estate agent, a short-term rental operator,
Okay.
and that's what I do.
All right. Do you own or do you arbitrage?
Arbitrage.
Okay. So, and listen, once you get into buy and hold, and then guess what? You won't probably be interested in paying off the debt. But what if you could get to the point where you could cash out refi 7 to 10 years sooner
Phenomenal.
at a
Definitely,
much lower interest cost?
absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm interested.
that's what we're talking about there. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad you came in here, Ms. Sheba.
I am too, and honestly, it seems like it was a mistake because I knocked the phone down and then your voice just appeared. So I needed to hear this. So nothing happens by mistake, technically. I
Wow.
needed to hear this information and be revisited. And again, you don't remember, we had dinner together, you and your lovely wife and some others in New York at a New York hotel. So you're amazing.
Okay. Jared, did you hear that? By accident. Knock the phone
Hey,
off.
man,
And
God, make no mistake.
That's right. That's right.
He's an intentional guy. And I miss you so much, Eva. And I just want to, because she's so modest, I just want to let you know, Don, that she's actually a part of 2 communities of the speakers that you're going to have at the Spiritual Money Mindset.
Oh.
He's a part of the Otis Mentorship Program, as well as the Jay Massey short-term rental program. And we met at an event similar to the one you're having and develop a friendship. And I just want to let everybody know that's listening, that's the power of networking.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about the program that's coming up in May, and maybe Sheba would like to come.
Well, yeah, of course. So Sheba, a lot of us are getting together, similar to the event in Atlanta, except think Oscars, right? And so it's gonna be a weekend event at the Gaylord Resort in Nashville, Tennessee, and Eric Thomas is going to be the keynote speaker, and Jay Massey will be doing the cash flow game, and Otis, among other like-minded individuals, will be speaking. I will be there, as well as my lead moderator, Jared. He's going to be breaking down the metaverse. I just know your style, and I know that you do not skimp on you as far as learning, and you should be in the place.
What are the dates? Please don't say the 15th through the 22nd. Please say, please.
Oh no, it's
So, yeah.
It's May. It's May 20th through the 22nd.
Oh my God, I'm in Panama.
Oh well, then you're gonna have to do the virtual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yes, you can.
Okay. I hate to miss out, but I'm already committed. I'm already locked and loaded for Panama and paid for.
Oh, listen. Can't give up on Panama, but you can. but they have the internet in Panama. You can
Absolutely.
tap in and see 2 of your favorite speakers. You've got Jay Massey there, who's going to be speaking.
Mm-hmm.
You've got who's the other one?
Otis.
Otis, yes, Otis. Otis is going to be there. So Otis. Eric Thomas is going to be there, and yours truly is going to be there. And not only that, but Sean 10K is going to be speaking in the house. Sean, are you in the house today?
When I heard my beautiful friend Sheila said I accidentally stumbled into the room, I checked the dictionary, and I see accidentally actually equals to divine. So yeah, Sheila, I guess you're correct. You divinely stepped in the room.
I did. I believe that. I received that. I was supposed to hear that and be reunited with some of my friends and people that I respect and admire.
That's it. And here's what I want to think about Sheba. I know you've always been a part of wealth construction, adding value, and coaching others on the right path. The fact that you're going to be in Panama, you can still tap into the event via the virtual aspect.
Yeah.
Also, I want you to share a word with everyone within your community as to what we have coming. Because at the end of the day, if you're the one of 5 friends who's actually kicking ass and big name, the other 4 will pull you down. So you definitely want to share these with your close best friends as well.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a great event. Otis will be there. Myself will be there. Jay Massey is going to be there. The keynote speaker will be Eric Thomas. And what you see Dawn doing here on Clubhouse and on other social platforms, he will actually be doing it live on stage. So it's going to be an event to look forward to. So if anyone wants an audience, have the dates available. May 20th to 22nd, definitely attend in person. If not, there will be a virtual aspect to it as well. Back to you, Quinn.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much. Ms. Sheba, are you complete this morning?
I am. I'm more than complete. I'm completely full and my heart is overjoyed. So I needed this. You have no idea.
I am so looking forward to working with you. Thank you for coming to the stage. You've helped a lot of people today.
Thank you. Thank you. And
J-
thank you to everybody. I love you guys. Sean, Kenyatta, all of you guys. Thank you so much. I
Love you
appreciate
too.
you. All right.
All right, moderators, what's next?
All right, all right. So thank you so much for coming to the stage, Sheba. And thank you, Amy, for your patience. And we appreciate you. So everybody in the room, we'd love for you to continue to share the room. Clicking that number 23 and sharing into the hallway. Also, make sure you're following Dawn and clicking the always on bell. And also make sure you check out Kenyatta Valley, Credit Goddess, and 10K Cards. They do great rooms. Give them a follow as well. But yeah, we're going to pass the mic to Amy so she can ask her question. And if you have a question, come on stage. So, Amy, you got it.
Good morning.
Good morning, Amy.
Quick question. So the screen that we were following,
Yes.
should that be available through whatever mortgage company you have? I'm trying to figure out where I would find that.
Oh, you're talking about an amortization schedule?
Yeah.
Okay. It should be in your packet that you got from the bank when you signed your mortgage. Generally, it's in there.
Okay.
But if you can also ask for one. But here's the thing: as soon as you pay even 10 cents extra on a loan, it destroys that amortization schedule. It's no longer accurate. You need a new one. Every time you make a prepayment, you need a new one. Every single time. And
Okay.
and when you have that, when you have an amortization schedule, there's nothing to say, here's the exact amount to pay, and here is the exact amount of interest you'll save. Not only that, but the one you get from the bank will only have 3 columns. You'll only have principal, you'll only have interest, you'll only have principal balance. It will not include cumulative principal and cumulative interest. This is why we included in our cloud-based, artificially intelligent computing platform that does all of the math, that keeps track of all of your interest rates, keeps track of all of your amortization schedules, and each time you destroy one, we instantly build a new one.
Oh, that's something you created. Okay. I thought that came from the mortgage company.
Oh no, listen, sweetie, if that came from the mortgage company, yeah, they don't want that information out. No. They don't even teach it to their employees. Do you know people who work at the mortgage company deal with their loans exactly the same way you do? Exactly. This is why they can give that. That's why they can give the advice. When you go to and get a refinance, or when you go to a loan, get a mortgage, the reason why these folks give you this advice is because this is the advice that they're following themselves.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why you're not getting this from them. You're only going to get this here. So we're not teaching you information we didn't gather this information from out of the ether and then says, okay, I went to YouTube University, I went to this school, I went to that school, I read this book and put it here. No. We're not repackaging anything. The only reason why I know this is because I have Asperger's. I'm autistic. Okay, it's high functioning autism, but it's still autism. And when I look at an amortization schedule, I see them in pictures and patterns. I'm not even good at math. Okay, but when I see this, it just jumps out at me, and I'm saying, why are we paying it this way when all we have to do is this, this, and this? So we got together with some developers, because I don't write code either, and then they wrote the code for the thing, and now we have this computer program that does everything, and it shows you, just like financial GPS, what to do, when to do it. And it prompts you, it says, move this amount of money in this month, on this day of the month, out of your savings account, and then you'll save this much interest, and then you'll soon be out of debt in an average of 7 to 9 years on all of your debt. That's the mortgage, that's the student loans, and the credit cards, and the car loans, and everything.
Okay, so we just need to sign up with you to get this information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can.
Sounds good.
Well, you can start. You can also get my book, which gives you an introduction to the information. And Jared, would this be a perfect time to talk about the book?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
We also have somebody on the stage, but yeah, let's go for it.
All right. So with my book, which is on Amazon, it's a #1 bestseller. It's the only book out of 33 million titles on Amazon that talks about this subject: how to read and understand an amortization schedule and how to defeat it. So it's been #1 on Amazon about 5 different times. And so people get the book, and then they get the foundation of what we're talking about, and at the same time they can partner with us so that we can show them exactly what to do to get out of debt in record time. Not only that, but save interest. Not only that, but save money in the long run, and then take the savings and start turning that into generational wealth by developing your own bank. Oh my goodness, it is such good information. So anyway, do you have any other questions for me?
No, that was it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much. You're welcome so much. Jared, what's going on?
All right. We have Lainala. Yeah, there you go, Lainala on the stage. So Lainala, please let us know what your question is.
I just realized I pressed the button on accident, but since I'm up here, thank you so much for allowing me to come up. I just got, this is the first time I came in the room. I passed through it in the hall, but I don't know, I guess it seemed a little far-fetched, but I'm glad I did come inside, and I'm actually on Amazon trying to get the book. I'm in Ghana, so I don't really like own a house or anything in America. I spend like a lot of my time in Ghana because my husband is here, but we bought land here to build. But I wanted to know if this also works do you have a method for other kinds of debt as well, or just mortgage?
That is an excellent question. If it carries interest, if you're paying interest on a loan, this program works. Because the whole idea is for you to pay a lot less interest by disrupting the bank's timing. If we do things timed out the way the bank says to do it, so pay us on this date every month. If you do that, pay on time. This is why you get a great credit score when you pay on time. I want you guys to listen to me. Those who are trying to get a 700 or 800, 850 credit score, and it is a tool. Giving you a credit score is a tool to help you to pay on time using the bank's timing. Pay every month on time, and you will pay a lot of interest. And all I have to do is set up a system whereby you get a great credit score to pay me on time, where you pay me a lot of interest. Oh, listen, I'll give you all kinds of credit scores. So by paying on time, we pay a lot of interest. We need to disrupt the bank's timing, give them the money in a way which makes it impossible for them to charge us interest. That's what we're talking about. Okay?
Okay, so then if you say that, then I have one more question on that question, because like I have my car loan.
Yes.
Okay. And my car loan, if I try to pay over or pay it, it doesn't, it doesn't, all it does is give me amount off, like when it's time to pay the next payment. You understand
Yes,
what I'm saying?
I understand totally what you're saying. Okay, so here's what's happening. Okay, because you disrupted their timing. Okay, you made it impossible for them to charge you all of the interest that they wanted to charge you. Okay, so I'm just going to pick out a number here. All right, let's just say your car payment is $400, and because you gave them money early, all right, you paid a little bit extra. So now they're saying instead of $400 next month, all you owe us is $380 or $350 because you paid extra. Okay, if you pay the lower payment, what they'll do is they're going to recover most of the interest that you saved by making that lower payment. So if you're prepaying and your car and the finance company that has your car says only pay us $350 this month, don't fall for it. Make sure you keep making the regular minimum payment so you keep getting further ahead. Don't give back the interest you just saved.
I see what you're saying. Thank you so much.
And as you keep putting extra money on, then they're going to say, oh, now you owe us even less. You owe us even less. You owe us even less. Until, guess what? They're going to say, you don't owe us a payment this month at all. And don't fall for that one either. Keep doing it until they tell you, you don't owe us a payment for 2 months. Keep doing it until you don't owe us a payment for 3 months. And pretty soon, you're paid that thing off 2 years early.
You're amazing. Thank you.
Does that make sense?
It makes amazing sense. It makes sense. Thank you. I'm getting your book right now. Thank you, sir.
You are so welcome. And listen, we would love to work with you. Read the book, give us a contact us. Listen, we'll be able to work with you. And folks, let me tell you, you need to get that book. Just like Leonala said, I'm getting the book today. Listen, she's moving at the speed of instruction. Move at the speed of instruction. Don't sit down there and say, I wish I had done this a year later or 2 years later. Get it now. And as a special gift, we have something for you if you get the book today. 10K. Tell them what happens when they do that, please. Oh, yeah, I gave him, listen, I gave him that NBA lob so he could do a slam dunk. 10K, you're in the house. Listen, when he's come back, he's going to tell you that if you like my 10K card that's pinned at the top of the room, if you like my 10K card, I partner with the man who developed this 10K business card. And we're going to give you, I have prepaid for your 10K card. Once you get the book, you will get a 10K card that goes along with it. And Miss Kenyatta will tell you how you're going to get your 10K card once you get the book. Miss Kenyatta, please.
After you purchase the book, what you want to do is screenshot that receipt. Then you want to go to ice10klive.com and upload it to where it says, I'm ready. It's going to be the second slide down on your right. Then you're going to upload that screenshot receipt, build out your very own 10K card with your website, your phone number, email address, social media handle. Let us know where you want to receive it because it is digital. And you'll receive your very own 10K card valued at $100.
The 10K card, Kenyatta, what is the 10K card?
10K card is a digital life. It's a life of its own. Basically, what you do with it is let everybody know what you want them to know.
Look, Kenyatta, I'll be honest with you. We've been speaking so much of the 10K card that anyone in this room that does not know what a 10K card is, just put in the chat, don't know what a 10K card is. And let me find out how we can help you to bridge the gap. The reality of the situation, guys, we're all good at something. We're all a professional at something. Some of us are business owners. And the best way for you to grow and expand your business is to put everything out there. Your website, your phone numbers, your email, your social media. So why have it in scattered events? You can all put it in one place And that's what we call your 10K card, guys. So if you want to put everything in a nice, organized manner, get this every digital business card. The good news is we sell it for $100, the basic version, on our website. But Don decided that he don't want someone paying for the basic version. So all you have to do, get a copy of his book, fill out your savings and earnings report, and claim your digital business card. Don already paid for a bunch of them. So instead of having them go to Wiz guys, definitely click and claim your card. So if you want to be able to navigate yourself or share your products and services with your clients, the same way Don has been doing in this room, and Kenyatta and Jared and everyone else is using theirs, definitely get yourself one, guys. It's a game changer. Not only will it save you time, but it will do your clients and potential clients more justice because you are here to solve a problem. And if your potential clients are not aware as to what that problem is, you're literally doing an injustice to your audience. So get a 7-year book today, guys, and claim your 10K card. With that said, back to you, Queen Kenyatta.
Hey, Sean, listen, man, we've got 24 shares in here. What can you do to pump those shares up, man?
Oh, that's super simple, Don. I read the Bible from time to time, and they said if you don't ask, you don't get. So, guys, I think what Don is trying to say is let's share the room to the hallway. If you share the room to the hallway, it's to bring more attention to the people on Clubhouse, and they may want to pop in and hear what the best is taking place in here as well. So just click on the share button at the bottom, guys. Drop a few comments in the stuff. Share one thing that you're getting from the room, and hopefully that'll be inspiring enough to get someone else in the room. All right? Don't be shy with it, guys. Click the share button. Let's get activated. Back to you, Captain.
All right. Hey, Jared, it looks like we have a couple of people online asking questions. What do you think?
All right, and we got 2 people on the stage as well. So, yeah, Kirk, what's going on online?
Yes. We have looks like somebody in the Facebook group is asking the question. I just bought a new house, and so it looks like that house was 300,000. How should I prepare to make payments?
All
That's
right.
that's
All
the
right.
question. That Jared is the only question we have online, so we can try to deal with this one. I don't know if they're going to respond.
That's okay.
But
I
then
can tell them exactly what to do here.
Cool.
Okay, so here's what we've got, folks. So, how should you prepare to make payments? You want to know exactly what to do. All right, you want to know exactly how to make these payments. And if you want to be exact, if you want to save the most amount of money per dollar that's mathematically possible for you, then go to ice10klive.com. Find the button that says get a savings and earnings report. Fill out the information, and then we will then introduce you to our opportunity cost calculator, which tells you exactly how much to pay, what month to pay it in, what day of the month to pay it on, and exactly how much interest you're going to be saving per dollar applied. I'm telling you, when they say it's the best thing since sliced bread, nothing on the planet saves you more money in interest than this program. Nothing. And then, so what good is getting out of debt fast if you're paying $50,000 to $70,000 more in interest than you need to? Guess what? The debt snowball and the avalanche methods, if you apply them, they will get you out of debt faster. But I guarantee you, the average family will pay $50,000 to $70,000 more in interest by using those methods, because those methods do not, and I repeat, do not pay attention to interest cost. And we do. By paying attention to interest cost, then we can come up with a methodology to cut interest costs by 50 to 75%. That's what we do, folks. All right, Jared, back to you, sir.
All right. So, Leland, thank you so much for coming to the stage. Please let us know what your question is.
Yeah, it's a little off topic, but I was about to purchase a home in the Texas market. Like homes that were like 150 or 1,000 like a year or two ago, maybe even 3 years ago. They're like 350,000 now. So we're kind of just curious as to, and I know nobody actually has a for sure answer on it, and I'm sure y'all been asking a million times. But do you think it's worth waiting like 6 months or another year to see if those prices are going to go back down, or will that ever go back down as far as the mortgage payment or the
Let
overall
me,
price of the home?
Leland, that's a very good question. Let me ask you, at this rate, if you bought a home now, would you be able to afford the payment?
Yeah, I can afford it, but
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going somewhere here. Okay. Because here's what we're looking at. So I'm going to ask you a few more questions. If you bought a house now and you can afford the payment, all right, what would be your concern if you bought the house now? Just kind of fill us in.
well, really, it'd be like if I get into it and then 6 months or 8 months, years, and it kind of goes back down, and I lose equity like $50,000, and then I'm down.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm worried about.
Exactly. And you know what? You are not alone. A lot of people are in that shape. But what if you knew that you could actually gain equity at 5 times the regular rate using your current budget by cutting interest costs so that no matter what the market conditions are, you'll always have equity?
I'd be all ears on that, I'm sure. And I'll,
All right. So here's what we're talking about. My average client pays off a mortgage in 7 to 9 years, the whole amount, because they're paying a lot less interest. So without getting into details, okay, if I can pay off a mortgage in 7 to 9 years, that means about 5 years in, aren't they have about half the mortgage paid? So that means they have a ton of equity.
yes, exactly. How much are you talking about paying over as far as get that interest paid for?
Okay, excellent, excellent. So now here's what we're talking about. We're talking about using your current budget without sacrificing lifestyle to accomplish this goal. Meaning you don't need to make extra money. What you need to do is disrupt the bank's timing, which makes it impossible for you to charge them the interest. Now, why does that matter? Let me ask you. If you could get your mortgage at 0% interest, would that be a good thing?
That'd be excellent.
That would be an excellent thing. Okay, now why is that? Because all of your money that you would pay would go to principal, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so now the reason why we have difficulty in wrapping our minds around getting these loans is because we're looking at the what we borrowed instead of the cost of borrowing. And what we should be focused on is how much it costs to borrow.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I mean, when I go purchase anything else, I'm all about getting the promotion period without any interest. So it's just a different house. I think it's the money that's involved. But yeah, I mean, if I could get it paid off without paying at least the amount of interest, then hell, I'm all for it.
There you go. So everybody's looking at, well, Don, how much extra do I have to pay? And then I'm saying, well, what we need to ask is, can you afford to pay less? In other words, can you afford to pay less interest than you're paying now? So if you're supposed to pay $300,000 in interest, because they have to tell you how much interest you're going to pay for 30 years if you keep that loan, correct?
Overall?
Yeah, they're supposed to tell you how much you're going to pay overall in interest cost, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, if they tell you that, well, you're supposed to pay us $300,000 in interest, but by the time we get through with it here at the P.I.L.L method, you end up paying $90,000 in interest or $100,000 in interest instead. That means you're saving about $200,000 in interest you never have to pay.
Yes, that's true.
So the focus is not how much extra money I need to pay the loan off faster, is how do I keep from giving the bank all of that extra interest? That's the real question. And we can show you how.
Okay, was it? I guess it's through the book that y'all keep talking about. This is the first time I've ever been on.
Oh, this is the first time you've been in the book. So, are you at a place where you can actually see our example on screen, like an iPad or a tablet or a computer?
I'm actually at work right now.
Okay.
So no, not a
All right. Well, listen. If you go to our YouTube channel, ice10kvideos.com, go to our YouTube channel. We have let's see. This is episode number 57 of this show. And you can go back and watch a lot of the shows, and when I go over you can actually see the numbers that we're talking about, sir. And you'll be able to see how easy it is to save all of that interest. Then we drill down deep into how to save the maximum amount of interest per dollar by making exact moves and exact timing with exact amounts of money all the way down to the penny, so that you can save the maximum amount of interest per dollar. We call that program, it's called our opportunity cost calculator. It is a artificially intelligent cloud-based computing platform that you plug all of your finances in, and it guides you like financial GPS. Move this much money in this month on this day of the month, and attack this particular loan. And by doing it this way, not only will we tell you how much interest you're going to save, we will tell you the month, day, and year you're going to be debt free on all of it. And we guarantee it in writing, 100% money back guarantee, non-prorated for life. You can't beat it with a stick. What do you say, sir?
how'd y'all come up with this method as far as how you do this?
Oh, well, listen, it is crazy because I have Asperger's. Are you familiar with anybody who has autism?
Kinda. I mean, I've heard of that.
Okay. Well, the way my Asperger's manifests is that I see things in patterns and pictures. So when I take a look at an amortization schedule, I see they have the things set up so that they can make a massive amount of money. But if by using the same thing that they're using, if we just tweak it a little bit, we can save money at the same rate they're charging us if you just know what to do. So I have become an expert in reading amortization schedules, teaching other people how to read it, and then bringing some people on board who actually can write a computer program that can beat the bank's computer at their own game. So that's the short story.
Yeah, I like that. I know there's a bunch of different methods to beat the system. And yeah, there's a lot of people don't know how. I got to figure it out. But yeah, I'll get on your YouTube and check that out and get your book.
Fantastic. Yep. And make sure you get the book, because once you get the book, you'll also don't forget your digital business card that's going to go along with it. So since you just came in, you might not have heard 10K talk about how the 10K digital business card is so valuable and why you want to get that as well as getting the book. 10K, can you tell them a little bit about it?
Oh, that's super easy, brother. Let me ask you a question. What business are you in?
What's that again?
What business are you in?
Oh, I'm a dental technician. I make crowns and bridges, veneers.
Sorry?
I'm a dental technician. I make crowns and bridges, knot guards, and dentures.
Perfect.
Stuff like that.
Perfect. So the question is, are you closed off for new business, or are you open to getting new clients?
I actually work at a dental laboratory. Like, I'm not the owner.
No problem. But if you bring more business to the organization, do you think it will increase your value of the company?
I don't know. I work with Japanese people. I've done that before. It's cutthroat. It's cutthroat.
So what's the best way for you to actually grow your value? Like, what clients would you be looking for that would actually help you to improve your bottom line?
I would probably just be more about learning how to speak Japanese, going to ownership, and telling them if I get you new dentists, I want a percentage of the money that they bring in.
All right, good. So just like myself, you've been blessed to be a professional salesperson. That's correct?
I'm not a sales, I'm actually a technician, but that would be the route I would go to actually make more money, you know, as far as that goes.
All right, so if I'm hearing you correct, I would want to believe because of the experience you have in that industry, if you share it with others and someone see the value in wanting to do business with you, I think you'll be able to make a profit in the transaction. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, somewhat, yeah.
All right, so one of the things that you can do is actually do a brief description of exactly who you are, what you do, and how you can help others. We can put that all together in one place called your 10K card. And whenever you meet a prospect or a satisfied client and you share that card with them, if they're not the client for you, they can always share it with someone that may need to get in touch with you. So it's just a very simple, organized way to get everything put together. So if you think that in any way can help you or what you're doing, definitely tap in with us, okay?
Okay, appreciate it.
You got it, Leland. Cheers. Don, back to you.
All right, listen. So get the book, get the 10K card, and then contact the company, and they will listen. They will tailor that card for your specific purposes, whether it be business or personal. So we can tailor that card to do anything that you want it to do. We're actually working with a church organization to promote a radio program and how they can increase their increase giving so that they can do scholarships. So listen, this thing has it's multifaceted. It's a very powerful program. Jared, back to you, sir.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Leland, for that question. Really appreciate it. And we might have time for one more question. So if you want to raise your hand and come on stage, feel free to do so. Ask about your car loan, your student loans, your credit card debt, your refinance, your mortgage, etc. And also, if you're in this room, make sure you're following Don. Click that always on notification when you follow him so that whenever he's on the real estate or finance stage, you will get alerted, and also check out all the other moderators on the stage. All right, great. So what we have is Clifford is on the stage with this question. And if you have not been watching this on YouTube and you'd like to see this example that Clifford is going to give us through the question, you want to go to ice10kvideos.com on your laptop, iPad, or desktop, and then choose the YouTube icon that says live. And you'll be able to see this example live on your screen. And please share the room and share it on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. We really appreciate the support and the impact you're going to have to your friends, family, network, and community. All right, Clifford, thank you so much for coming to the stage. Please let us know what the question is. Clifford, if you're speaking, you're on mute right now. You just have to go to the bottom right-hand corner and click that mute icon. All right. Looks like Clifford might have walked away. Who wants to take his spot in line? Anybody want to raise their hand and ask a question? One thing I'll tell you, I've been doing this for 4 days a week over the last couple of months, and it's crazy the amount of financial impact people that ask questions get from this stage. So don't be shy. Closed mouths don't be fed. Don tell people avoid making big down payments and instead saving off years off their mortgage, help them avoid refinances when it doesn't make sense. So come on stage if you have a question. If not, Clifford, you around. If not, Don, I think we should just pull up another. Oh, we got a question. Let's see. All right, letting them up right now.
That's Husan.
Husan, thank you so much. Oh, go ahead, Don.
No, that's Husan. Husan has been here before.
Yes, I have. Thank you, Clifford, for not unmuting because I did want to tap in.
So, Mike, go ahead, Husan. What do you got for us?
So I was just in a room, and they were talking about something that you had mentioned previously regarding saving for a child's education.
Yes.
And so now that I'm sort of turning my corner from being in debt to having some cash flow, my question is about places to put money for an education fund. And they, like you, saw other opportunities beyond just the simple 529. And they had brought up something that you had brought up, and I'm not very familiar with this, but some kind of a cash flow policy, but I wasn't really clear on what that meant. Maybe you know, or maybe you can tap into ways that I can put money away for my child's education, but not be limited to education, because maybe he wants to start a business, or maybe he wants to do other things. So I hope that vague question is something that you can help me kind of clarify in my mind how to prepare for my son's financial possibilities.
Are you able to see our screen?
I'll be there in just a second.
Okay, because I have something on the screen for you. All right. Listen, folks, what we're talking about is in 2000, the year was 2020, the pandemic year. Our company happened to be number 3 in the country in helping people to get this type of policy. It's called a permanent policy, and this particular one is called an IUL, Index Universal Life. And I'm going on record right now, I am not a licensed insurance agent. This is not financial advice. It's just for informational purposes only. I hire licensed insurance agents to offer this policy. I have never sold one. I don't intend to, but I picked up a lot of information along the way from our insurance agents. So if I say something that's a little bit out of place, if you're an insurance agent, just raise your hand and come up on the stage. I don't mind the correction. Okay. So again, I am not an insurance agent. This is not financial advice. It's just for informational purposes only. Husan, are you there, buddy?
Yes, I'm on the site. I'm looking forward to getting some knowledge.
All right. So this is called an Index Universal Life Policy. And what we're talking about is a policy that you can actually, it takes care of your insurance, but it also builds cash value. And as it builds cash value, that has a lot of benefits that go along with it. One of the things is, let me give you an example. Let's just say that over a period of years, you can actually build it up so that you have $100,000 in cash value in this policy. Okay. Number one, your money grows in this policy tax-free. Tax-free. You know how you put your money in the stock market, or you put some money into some other investments, and then as that money grows, that money eventually will become taxed. This money grows in here tax-free. It will never be taxed. Okay. So here's what the other thing that we're talking about is this. Once you get that cash, we got a hot mic. Once we get that cash value in there, all right. So what we're doing is, let's say we have that $100,000 and you want to borrow $50,000. If you have $100,000 in your cash value in your insurance policy, they have to lend it to you, and you don't even need a job. It is required. They have to lend it to you. So now, does that reduce my $100,000 that I have in the policy? Absolutely not, because you're not borrowing your money out. You're borrowing the company's money. They're using your money as to guarantee that money. So here's what's happening. You can borrow $50,000 out of that. And then since you borrowed it, you can set up a payment plan that benefits you. If you borrowed that $50,000 to, let's say, to buy a car or to pay for some education or whatever, all right, to start a business, you pull that money out and then you set up a payment plan to yourself with interest. The same interest you would have paid a bank, the same interest you would have paid someone else to lend you that money, you can pay it to yourself, pay the loan back, and that interest money that you put back into the policy, do you realize the company has to start paying you interest on that interest money and grow your policy even more. Let me give you an example here. This is a young person at age 26 coming into this policy, has got this policy and putting $500 a month into the policy. $500 a month. Here's what we're looking at. Okay. So starting at age 26 and 10 years in, that would be right here. Okay. They would have $60,000 into the policy that they put in. All right. Now, on year one, the death benefit on the policy is $347,000. That's the death benefit in year one, right? Even when they make that first payment to the policy. 10 years in, they have a cash value of $60,000. The cash that they paid in is $60,000, but their death benefit went from $347,000 to $403,000. Now, the cash value on this in the first 10 years is the $60,827. So only $827 more than they put in. That's the first year. But if they wanted to borrow some of that money out, they could. How about that? Now, let's go down and look at the next 10 years. At the next 10 years, they have $120,000 paid in, but the cash value is $197,000. Now, this is a projection. It's an illustration. Okay. So anytime you do a projection or illustration, it's projected to be this based on historical data of about 6% annual interest on compounded interest on this loan. On this policy. So here's the thing. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what the interest rates are going to be, but I tell you what, a couple of the doctors that we have in this policy last year, one earned 14%, the other one earned 18%. The average is about 6%. So we're going with the averages here. Okay. So $197,000 would be the projected amount of the cash value. But look at this. Look at this. Their death benefit is already over $500,000 on the same policy using the same $500 a month. So I'm going to skip down here. Okay. Now that's after 20 years. So what if you started this plan on one of your children? Because they're children, you can get a lot more benefit for a lot lower cost because they're children. You can set this up on your child and you would own it, but the child could benefit from it because it says, okay, this is their policy. You can actually turn it over so that they can become the owner later on. So as you put your child into this thing, not a 529 plan, let's say it builds up over the next 20 years because you could put a lot more money into it. And what you could do is what they call overfund this policy. You can actually put more in than the policy calls for by overfunding it. By overfunding it, you can actually grow your benefits a lot faster, and so that it could be a lot more, and you could actually time that out so that by the time they're 18 or 20, you could have, I've seen it where they had about $1 million available to them at that time. Now, what happens if they want to go to school? They can go to school. If they want to start a business, they can start a business. If you have a 529 plan, that can only be used for school. This you can use any way you want. And when the money grows tax-free, and when you borrow it out, you have the choice of whether to pay it back or not. Because it's a loan. All right. So if you pay it back, great. If you don't pay it back, all they do is lower the death benefit by the amount that you took out. But here We started out 20 years ago, it was at 347. 20 years in, it's already 540,000. So if you took $40,000 out and you never paid it back, that would lower the death benefit from 540,000 to 500,000. That's how it works. So here's what we did for this particular gentleman. He's already working, okay? And he already has a retirement program, which is second to none. His retirement program is off the chain. But this is what we did for him. So after, I'm scrolling down here, all right? After, when he receives 40 years in, after he's age 65, okay? At age 65, he has $240,000 that he's put into this policy. And he's not going to put another dime into it once he reaches age 65. But look at this. The cash value is $1 million. $1,525,000. So his death benefit is $1,343,476 on this policy. Dang. We set it up for him so that if he wants to, he can take out $84,000 a year. He can take it out in increments or he can take it out in lump sums. He can take it out $84,000 a year up to age, I think, 120. But look at this, the first 10 years. Look at the first 10 years. The first 10 years means from 65 to 75, he can take out $840,000 and spend it tax-free, and he's only put in $240,000 total, and he's not putting any more in. But look at his cash value. Even though he's taken out $840,000 over 10 years, his cash value continues to grow. He started out at $1 million. He's at 1.9. After taking out $840,000. This is called an IUL, folks. Indexed Universal Life is one of the best things on the planet if you know how to work it. You want to work with a seasoned professional so that whatever you're doing, you don't do something that ends up hurting you. So there's a lot of things that we're talking about here, but I just went over some basics. So Hassan, what do you think?
You know, it's almost like drinking water from a fire hose. I'm dipping my toe in, and I can tell the water's warm. So yeah, I've never seen this laid out in this way, and it looks exciting. So I'm definitely going to tap in, perhaps on a back channel or something, and find somebody that I can continue the conversation with. But I'll just say, for the benefit of the group, Jared, 10K, to you as well. You guys are really inspiring. It's inspiring to be in the space with these professional grade Black men, of whom I consider myself part of that cohort, who are really providing far more value than I don't pay you guys nothing, but I will become a P.I.L.L method client. I think it's a smart strategy that you guys have set up. And I'm just very, very grateful for the value that you guys bring to the community. So thank you.
You are so welcome. Listen, what city are you in, Hassan?
I'm in Los Angeles.
You're in Los Angeles. Listen, I'm going to put something up on the screen right now. We are preparing to go to Nashville, Tennessee for the very first P.I.L.L method seminar. And in our very first seminar, it's called Developing a Spiritual Money Mindset. And we're going to have some of your favorite speakers from Clubhouse. They're going to be there. We're going to be talking about how to purchase property, and you can do it in all sorts of ways. In some ways, you don't even need your own money or very little money. We're going to be talking about short-term rentals. We have Jay Massey is going to be in the house, who has over 400 properties that he has amassed. Jay Massey has also a fleet of cars that he rents out. I'm telling you, there's all sorts of things that we're going to be learning. Jay Massey is going to be there. Otis is going to be there. Sean 10K is going to be there. So we have speakers that know what they're talking about when it comes to business, when it comes to lending, when it comes to all sorts of financial information. But we're going to make sure that what's surrounding the whole thing is a proper money mindset. So you don't come to your money or to your business with a scarcity mindset, but with an abundant mindset, something that will get you through the tough times. And I'm telling you, there's no better person to talk about how to get through the tough times than Dr. Eric Thomas. Yes, it's your boy E.T. is going to be in the house, who's going to be our keynote speaker. The hip hop preacher himself is going to be there on May 20th with us on May 22nd. The whole thing is going to be on May 20 through the 22nd. Folks, you want to be in that place. All right. You want to go to ice10kevents.com and get your ticket early. This will sell out. We will sell out. We have limited seating. I've already talked to the venue. They said it's too close to Labor Day. Don, if you sell out, I'm sorry, but we may not be able to provide you any more space because we're too close to Labor Day right now. So folks, get your tickets early before we sell out. Sean 10K, what can you tell the folks about getting to Nashville in May? Uh-oh. Sean 10K is not in the house. All right, listen, what's going to happen, folks? Excuse me. What we're going to be doing is this is not going to be just a one-off. We want to do this on a regular basis. And where are we putting it? Where are we holding it? At a resort. This is a 4.5, 5-star resort that we're going to be at. It is at the Gaylord Opryland Resort in Nashville, Tennessee. It's going to be May 20 through the 22nd. Folks, go get your tickets at ice10kevents.com. ice10kevents.com. Be there in the place. And we're still building out the website. We should have all the pictures of all the speakers. And I'm telling you, when you see the full lineup, oh my goodness. I added up the initial consultation fee for all of these people that are going to be showing up to spend 1 hour with all of our speakers that are going to be there. You would have to pay a total of over $20,000 if you spent, for all the speakers that are going to be there. If you spent 1 hour with each of them, you'd have to shell out $20,000 just for the initial consultation. And folks, so to be there in this space, up close and personal, getting this kind of sauce from these folks, and what we're charging for the tickets, oh my goodness, at a 5-star resort on top of that. Oh man, you definitely want to be in that space. Jared is going to be there. Jared's going to be talking about the metaverse. Kenyatta is going to be there. She's going to be talking about how she is a business purpose lender. All right. Sean 10K is going to be talking about marketing. So listen, folks, I'm so excited about this next thing, about our next phase of the P.I.L.L method and how we're bringing this kind of information to the masses. I am excited and I want to see you in the place. Jared, back to you, sir.
All right. And if you want to get access to this event, the link is above, ice10kevents.com. Just click the link above our heads. Secure your spot now. Look forward to meeting all of you in person. So Don, we're at 5 minutes to the end of the hour.
Yes, sir.
Clifford is back on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a hard stop? Should Clifford come back on Sunday, or what are you thinking?
What is the question? Does he have a question?
Yeah, he does have a question. I was just seeing if you have enough time.
Well, it depends
for
on
your schedule.
It depends on the question. Let's hear the question.
Yeah, let us know what your question.
Thank you so much, Jared. Thank you so much, Don, for taking my question. I'm going to be really short.
Sure.
I realize time is against us, but this is so much value. I purchased a truck under my company, LLC, and I've been paying it. I've paid it on automatic payment, and I paid an extra. I think I rounded up whatever the payment was. I rounded up almost $200 or $300, and just left it automatic payment.
Yes.
So I did that for probably about a year and a half, thinking that okay, I'm close to paying this thing off. Once I called out the bank, they're telling me that my payment was now pushed out. Basically, I paid every month out to probably about 2 years out.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying you don't have to pay anything for 2 years.
Right.
But I'm thinking, no, I really want to pay down the principal because I'm thinking I could pay it off sooner. So is that accurate? Should I have done something differently?
Well,
and are they ripping me off basically?
Here's what they just told you. They're saying that you already 2 years ahead. Now, what was the term on that original loan?
5 years.
5 years. So what they're saying is you're on track to pay it off in 3. That's what they said. You're 2 years ahead. That's what that meant.
So that's accurate. Then if I paid off in 3, I'm still saving on the principal?
You're saving on the interest. You're not paying all the interest so once you got the loan, they said, well, if you keep it for the entire 5 years, here's how much interest you're going to pay us. So by doing it your way, you have saved quite a bit of that interest that you will not have to pay. Therefore, more of your money is going to principal. And by them telling you, you don't owe us a payment for the next 2 years, if you took advantage of that, you wouldn't have to make a payment for 2 years. But they're going to, by doing that, they're going to recoup a lot of the interest you just saved. Now, let me give you something.
Got it.
Let me give you something that is not part of the P.I.L.L method, but it helps you to understand how interest cancellation actually works. You're already rounding up the payment. Ask the bank, ask whoever has your note, will they accept payments from you weekly? Take the same amount of money that you're paying now. If they will accept payments from you weekly, take the same amount of money that you're paying now and divide it by 4 and pay that amount every week. You'll save even more interest and you'll pay off even faster because you will not allow them to gain 30 days worth of interest to charge you each month. Every time you give them money, it starts their interest clock over again. You said, well, we'll charge you interest for the first 7 days. Then you give them money. Now they have to start that process all over again. And now you pay another interest for the next 7 days. They'll try to charge you. Bam, you give them another 1/4 of the payment. You're not paying any more. You're just cutting it up into 4s and paying them every week. So the amount of interest that they wanted to charge you for the month, you just made it impossible for them to charge you that much interest. So now more of your payment automatically goes to principal out of the same money. And all you did was pay them every week instead of paying them monthly. Keep doing what you're doing. And now your mortgage doesn't work that way. So folks, don't try to apply this to the mortgage because the mortgage doesn't work that way, but it will work for the car payment. Just ask them if they will accept a payment from you every week. How's that, sir?
That's absolutely awesome. Thank you so much again. The value here, man, is just unbelievable. And so I'm definitely jumping on. I heard the information about the book and also the event coming up in Nashville. So I'm grabbing my 10K call. We're doing what we have to do so we could continue to move forward. So grateful for the time. Thank you so much.
All right. Here's the last thing I want to tell you about that. As you're cutting your payments up into 4s and you're making a payment every week, make sure they receive the 4th payment by the due date. Don't go past the due date. Make sure they receive the 4th payment by the due date and you're going to be fine. All right. Thank you very much, sir, for bringing that question to the stage. Jared, back to you, sir.
All right. So everybody, thank you so much for being here. This is another amazing room. Make sure that you're following the club, the P.I.L.L method up at the top. All right. And then also Share this club with your friends and family. You can add members once you join the club as well. Definitely make sure you click the link at the top, ice10klive.com. And follow Don on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter, especially YouTube. We'd love for you to subscribe, share, comment. That way it moves the videos up the algorithm because it's super important information for the community. We'll be back Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time to go through the P.I.L.L method. So if you didn't have a chance to come on stage today, feel free to come back in. And then you can also share the replays from the P.I.L.L method with your friends and family that have never heard of Clubhouse, don't know what it is. Share this wealth of information with your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, etc., your coworkers, because we really want to preserve generational wealth within the community. And this method is going to take all that money you're sitting in the bank and turn it right back around into our community to reinvest, to invest in our kids through our inheritance, and just to overall improve the quality of life. So in order to find out how you can do that for yourself, Don, where would they go to meet up with you and your team?
All right. If they want to go to click on the link at the top, ice10klive.com. Then you'll see on that will bring you to our 10K card. Find the button that says get a savings and earnings report. Fill out the information. Someone from my someone from my staff will give you a call and then set up a consultation. Then you'll know the month, day, and year you're going to be debt free, how much interest you can save. We can take that interest and show you how to build your own family bank. And we're showing regular, everyday American families how to become millionaires by not giving all that money to the bank in interest. It is amazing. All right. And also, folks, go ahead and get the book today. Buy the book today and get your 10K card. Thank you so much for that, Jared. Let's go ahead and put at the top of the screen now. Let's go ahead and put the ICE 10K events. So we'll have that for the rest of the show. All right. Back to you, sir.
All right. So we're going to go moderator outro. So 10K credit, Kenyatta, and then I'll finish it out.
The queen first. The queen first.
All right. Credit Goddess, you around?
I am. Hey, hold on. Get me for 2 seconds.
Queen Kenyatta, are you in the building?
I am indeed. As always, we appreciate your presence and pray that we've earned the privilege of your time. Again, I'm Kenyatta. You can find me at kenyatta10k.com, and I am here to assist you with building your generational wealth and using the P.I.L.L method. I do that by helping you find a deal, finance that deal, help you cancel the interest on that deal to get you in yet another deal. See you next time. Have a blessed day.
All right. So since Credit Goddess is getting herself together, I'll just do a quick outro. So, don't worry, guys. As I normally mention, time is non-refundable, and how we choose to spend our 24 hours is entirely up to us. And it's always a pleasure being in the room with great, loyal, authentic people like Jared, Don, Kenyatta, Credit Goddess, and the like, and all audience members that's here. Because you cannot get back your time, guys. So when you do spend time in a great place like this, spread it with you, take it with you. Let your friends, your family, your community know who you are, what you do, and how you can actually impact and make their life much better. So if any of the information that you got here today was useful, definitely share the room with them. Share ice10klive.com with them. Let them look at all the materials that was discovered. And most importantly, take action on making a decision that will change their life and their family's future. So my goal in this room is to make sure that everyone in the building that get a copy of Don's book receive their 10K card. And additionally, our goal is to upgrade you once you get that card. Because having the card is cool, but getting paid a commission on it is even better. And I want to make sure that everyone that actually gets the card, tap in with us. Let's get you the upgraded version, and then we can push you to the next level. Speaking of pushing to the next level, guys, if you look at the top of the link, you'll see Don posted a link, or Jared posted a link, developing his spiritual money mindset. And if our thinking around money is not correct, we're literally leaving money on the table, guys, and we want to stop that. So on May 20th to the 22nd, we're going to be in Nashville. with the biggest names on Clubhouse and the number one speaker in the world, Eric Thomas, bringing all the value to you. You'll have my girl Kenyatta there to speak with you. You're gonna have Dawn in the building. I'm gonna be there. Jared is gonna be there. So you don't want to miss it. Jay Massey is gonna be there. Some of the big names on the app that you already know you're comfortable with. Come and see them in person. Being on the app is one thing, but rubbing shoulders and meeting with these individuals, something magical happens, guys. So we're looking forward to seeing you in the place. And if you can't make it in person, the virtual is an option. But I'm here to tell you one thing: the actual in-person event, if you can schedule that on your calendar and make it a possibility, I would be happy to see you at the event. With that said, I see Dawn is off. You're Dawn. The mic is yours.
All right.
All right, Credit Goddess, you're around.
Yes, I am. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. My name is Rosalora Lewis, also known as Credit Goddess. I am all things credit and the official credit expert for the P.I.L.L method team. I'm a credit score improvement strategist, business credit consultant, educator at BRRRR University. If any of you guys are interested in any of my services, whether it's personal business credit done for you or DIY, definitely tap in with me. We all know that your credit is very important. It does establish your character with the financial institution. So if you get any kind of trouble of getting approved for a loan, definitely tap in with me. You guys can text your name and email address to the number in my bio, which is 888-557-5778. Or you can head on over to creditgoddess10k.com. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see you on Sunday. Bye.
Hold on, Credit Goddess. You didn't mention the event.
Yes, the event on Sunday. Yes, it's the war event. It's wealth, asset, and real estate. It's going to be a female panelist of any of the industry, whether it's real estate, myself on credit, wealth building, how to even start your own med spa. We're going to be touching on business credit, real estate investing, any of those topics. And that is this Sunday, starting at 10 to 4, right? So you're going to get a whole bunch of information. This is going to be well in detail than what we are doing here on Clubhouse. So if any of you guys are interested in joining us, definitely tap in with me. I'll send you guys the link. You don't want to miss it. We have all of the top experts that you guys have met on this Clubhouse app. And it's women. Men, you're welcome too. But yes, it's going to be the most powerful women in the industry that's going to be sharing and pouring into you guys on how to get into position to build wealth for you and your family. So definitely join us this Wednesday. I have the link. If you guys are interested, I'll send that link to you, but DM me for that. Thank you.
Yes, hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Jared Albertin. I've been in tech for over 15 years, so I do a lot of content around tech. Check out my replays. Give me a follow on Clubhouse if you'd like to see rooms like this that have substance and tangible outcomes. Also, check out my Instagram and check out the link in my Instagram bio. I'll be doing a season around the metaverse. It'll be 5 episodes. So if you're curious about the metaverse, it's $30 for the entire season. And I'll be bringing in experts from various metaverses to dive deep into it, show you how to onboard, how to make money, all that good stuff, how to build a community. I'll also be talking about mindset when it comes to the metaverse in Nashville, Tennessee, May 20th to 22nd, because I know a lot of folks feel insecure and disempowered when it comes to new technology, but I want to make everybody feel abundant, confident, empowered, and, excited about the opportunity when it comes to Web 2.0 and how you can help your children be ahead of the curve and be innovators in that space. So definitely check the link above out. Look forward to meeting everybody in person. And I'm going to pass it to Don.
All right. All right. Hey, listen, Kenyatta, I had to get a new microphone so I can have try to have a voice like Jared. So, and I had to do it artificially. Anyway, listen, folks, I just want to share with you what's happening in May. We're going to end it on that. Eric Thomas is going to be in the house in May. All right. The number one motivational speaker on the planet, Jay Massey, is going to be in the house talking about short-term rentals and the like. Oh man. And when you talk to Jay Massey, let's keep that on the screen. When we talk about Jay Massey, in his ability to talk about mindset, Otis James, the same way. Real estate and investing in multifamily. Anthony Glenn, who's an expert on my goodness, he's an expert on VA loans, that sort of thing. Jared is going to be there talking about his thing. Jacob Jennings is going to be talking about how you can develop use nonprofit in real estate to make a profit. It's amazing. Stephanie Gutierrez is going to be there talking about ADUs. Sean 10K is going to be talking about how mindset and marketing works together. Flame Newton in the house talking about credit, all things credit, business credit. We have a hot mic, business credit and personal credit. Oh, Derek Forston in the house. Derek talks about how to house the homeless. All right. And when you're housing the homeless, you can take the funds there that you make from that and to serve a lot of people with the funds that you listen. There's all kinds of things that are going to be there. Dr. Delane Smith. I mean, she's a real estate agent. She's a preacher, and she talks about closing deals in heels. Folks, listen, I wish I could tell you everything that's going on there, but that's just a little taste of what's happening. You want to be in the place, and what's going to set it on fire is your boy E.T., the hip hop preacher. You do not want to miss this event. All right. I'm going to see you there in May. But for now, thank you for being here today. You could have been anywhere else. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here. And I do appreciate it. And we're going to see you back here on Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Tap in. All right. Kurt, listen, man, could you take us out, man, with our outro music?